Good night, brothers and sisters, and thank you for the generous and warm introduction. Let's face it, I am the last man you would expect to see here tonight. I have fought bitter battles in the Parliament against many of you who are seated here. I understand that in our culture, it is frowned upon to change loyalties. I am fully aware of all of the ways that I can be harmed for where I stand tonight, and I gain nothing. Brothers and sisters, I was a child of the PNM. My deceased mother worked for the first Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Eric Williams. And as a child, I spent hours in a room at Whitehall, outside of the office of Eric Williams, waiting on my mother to finish work. At university, I became a member of the People's National Movement, and years later, I served the PNM and the country loyally in the Parliament. 2 weeks ago, only 2 weeks ago, for those of you who follow the politics, at a public meeting on Harris Promenade, they spoke in complimentary terms of my work. Tonight, I speak to you as a patriot, and tonight, by definition, I speak therefore outside of the PNM. For me, brothers and sisters, it has always been country first. That is why I took up battles against corruption, because corruption robs the young and the unborn. I have known the leader, the honorable leader of the opposition, Kamla Persad Besessa, Senior Counsel, since she taught me English language at the University of the West Indies. That was more than 30 years ago. Later, when she transferred to law and came to the Cave campus as a student, she was, if my memory serves me correctly, she was pregnant. And she struggled to attend lectures. So I was happy to lend her, my teacher, the notes that I had. She went on to finish top of the class at the University of the West Indies. Years later, we found ourselves on opposing sides, but both serving the people of Trinidad and Tobago in the Parliament. I view her too as a patriot. I view her as a mother, a grandmother, and a friend. A friend who has worked tirelessly in the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight I want to say a couple things to you. First, It is time for us as a people to stop the race talk. The newspaper on Saturday was full of it, and it did not come from the UNC platform. It came from a PNM platform. Now, listen carefully. At a meeting in Chaguanas last Wednesday, it was said that the UNC was using black Trinidadians to spread a message of division and hate. Tonight, as an educated black man with a certain degree of academic and national accomplishments, I stand here in front of you to endorse the United National Congress. And I stand to reject that statement. I recognize Professor Selwyn Cudjoe and my brother Kennedy Sorat Singh here as well, and I know I speak for them on this matter. Second, I urge you and the viewing public to take a good, hard look at the state of the country today. I ask you to look honestly at what is going on. To say that this country is in crisis is an understatement. The criminal element is threatening to overwhelm us all. And that is not my conclusion. It is the conclusion of the present government, which declared that a state of emergency existed in this country several months ago. The economy is beyond crisis. We have basically spent all of our reserves in the past 10 years. All the economic and social indicators suggest that we are in a place beyond crisis. And so tonight, we stand together at a junction in our history and on the eve of a very important general election. I ask you now a couple questions. The first is a question that has been asked before of a population faced with the choice that faces you on the 28th of April. It is this: are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? Brothers and sisters, the answer to that question must honestly be no. I then ask another question: are you going to continue with those who have driven us to this point of crisis? Again, the logical answer must be no. And so, my brothers and sisters, I urge you and the viewing public to do as I will on the 28th of April. I will vote for change I will vote for the United National Congress. I urge you to ask your friends to do so. I urge you to ask your relatives to do so. I urge you to ignore the race talk and those who will divide us on the basis of race. Give yourselves and your children a chance to change our future. God bless and good night.